of you, welcome to the show. I am Tonto Dikeh, and with me as usual, Nima, why am I looking like your fellow legal colleague with white and black? A student?
No, this is a law student.
Law student.
We used to play with this kind of jackets. I had some funny looking white and black roses.
Oh, it will be. To see those pictures.
As in,
I'm telling you.
I wish it was this season.
But I was known for one thing.
What?
I thought I was already a lawyer. Everybody. Best cocoa shoe.
We're trekking around campus.
I will buy first grade, and then when I step into campus, you think I was working with
You have to dress like your future.
Yes.
Yeah, those were the days. It was beautiful. To think that I won't be litigating. It's okay. Maybe one day.
Even me, I don't be
litigating
at this table.
Major one, how you doing?
I'm fine. I'm grateful to God. I feel well rested today.
Okay.
Yes, I went home yesterday and gave everybody the riot act. I was able to go to bed at some minutes to 9.
Okay.
Woke up very well rested.
Amazing.
I still feel like if you give me sleep, I will sleep.
If you give you sleep, I think if you give everybody on this table sleep, we will sleep.
Much better than I was.
We thank God. We need to listen to our body.
True. Listening, I'm fine. Talking about listening to our body. I think it was Sunday that I fell asleep very early. I would normally go to bed early, but this one was much earlier, and I realized that I have been sleep deprived, because you get up and you get going and you just keep doing. You don't really pay attention, and especially for women, you just feel like you have so much to do. You don't take the time. But I find that men, they don't have those qualms.
I swear.
When they need to sleep, they sleep. They do whatever it takes them, whatever it touches them.
Is their psychology, physiology, whatever, something that they do their makeup.
Sometimes I catch myself on sleeping. I'm like, have you done your? Have you turned off this?
It's like one voice inside your head.
Have you? My children say I have like smell of a hound. Like my husband says, I'll be sleeping and I can smell somebody burning something 2 houses away.
Wow!
And I'll wake up. So
it's a gift.
Yeah.
Distracting, but a gift.
I think it's about the male brain and the female brain. Men can actually shut off without thinking. We cannot. It's not possible. While we are in the bed about to doze off, you remember, you've not done this. Have you closed the door?
What is the compensation for this?
I don't know. They should be paying us more.
I've asked my son, can you ask your daddy for that? Why are you waking me?
Yeah, exactly.
I say this, I am not the only parent in this house.
Right there, you are just. How did you walk past you? How did you do it?
It's love.
The ability to shut down their brain is
a gift.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's actually a gift. I'm good. I'm just realizing that you can't run a business in absentia. So even when you think you have everything, the structure is there, everybody's. Just remove your eyes small. Something will go wrong. I just realized that the prices in my website are not tallying with the prices of the product. I've been shouting since morning. My digital analyst guy is tired of me already. I had to scream, but we talked about this. We did this. I need people to make purchases from the website. We're not driving the customers to the website. So everything has to tally. Sit on this thing now.
So how do all these big conglomerates, how do they do it?
They have they face it too. Yes, they have high level experts and they have to monitor. Now I realize why some very big people, I see them in their business, like they put eye in everything, no matter how big they are. Yes, so you have to follow it. So, but sales are going on. I'm just trying to make sure that people can buy from the website. It's easier, it's neater, it's tidier. Yes. Interaction. How are you?
I'm good. I used to do this thing really, really well back in the days, intercession. So there's something when I used to pray with
Christians of old.
We'll do intercession, like you dedicate a day and you don't pray for yourself, you pray for everybody. And I do it intermittently, but today it just felt so good. I exercised and all through, like I came back, I was feeling myself like I'm a good person. I prayed for everybody today. Anyway, I'm in that high of being a good person. We'll take a break. When we return, we'll go through the top stories of the paper. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. We're starting our front page review today with The Nation, as usual. Major headline, Kano quakes with governor, lawmakers defection to APC. We have Shell's planned $20 billion investment driven by Tinubu's policies. NAFDAC's ban on sachet drinks will cripple local investment. Military sets to court-martial suspects for alleged coup. AGF takes over Ozekume's forgery case from ICPC. No plan to replace Shetima as Tinubu's running mate, says APC. The Izani's trial for corruption in UK runs into each. President arrives in Turkey. And low-income earners get January pay with tax laws implementation. All right. What story are we starting with?
We can start with the tax. So many Nigerian workers who received their January 2026 salaries are already seeing a difference in their pay as deductions under the pay as you earn, that's payee tax system, have gone down, leaving them with more money to take home. This information was shared by Taiwo Oyedele, chairman of the Presidential Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms Committee. In his statements he posted on his WhatsApp platform, and according to him, he said feedback from employees across different sectors show that the new tax laws are beginning to ease the tax burdens on workers. To make sure that the people responsible for applying these changes in their organizations fully understand what to do, the committee is now organizing an implementation session in partnership with the Joint Revenue Board. This is according to Oyedele, and he explained that the meeting is aimed at senior staff who handle salaries and taxes in companies, including human resources directors, payroll managers, chief financial officers, tax managers, and other top executives who oversee staff pay and tax compliance. So they went ahead to also address concerns that have been circulating among members of the public about possible new charges on electronic transfers and money kept in bank accounts. It says clearly that the tax reforms did not introduce any new tax, they did not introduce any levy on bank transfers and funds in people's accounts.
Fantastic.
The defense headquarters are done with claiming it's rumor. They have finally put weight to the statement that there was an attempt to overthrow government, because according to, let me go and quote the organ, the defense headquarters, oh God, my phone. According to the spokesperson, the officers who were finally indicted along with the October 2025 rumor of an attempted overthrow of the government, 16 of them will be facing what he calls the judicial panel, because what they have done is totally out of the ethics of their profession. And so we'll see a court-martial and more details will come.
I heard that the conversations that they had was around the October 1st parade. Like, that was enough to discuss overthrowing the government because of the October 1st parade, but I'm sure more information will come up. Based on what I saw earlier, I was like, really? About the parade? Anyways, I have NAFDAC ban on sachet drinks will cripple local investments. This is according to DBAN, and DBAN is Distillers and Blenders Association of Nigeria. So they're the ones that, that's the industry that makes all these sachets and alcohol in sachets. So they're saying that NAFDAC needs to reconsider this ban that they are about to implement, and that because they fear that it would cripple the economy. They give quite some numbers here, and honestly, I can't seem to find them. But they said they said that you'll be destroying local manufacturers, 2 trillion naira investment deserves protection, 5.5 million Nigerians cannot be pushed to the streets. So they're saying that yes, that there's so much money that has been invested in this industry. Too many people, who make their living from this industry, and then to just put a total ban, it will cripple the economy. But on NAFDAC's side, and many Nigerians, they feel that first of all, those sachets make it accessible to even children or people who are meant to be on heavy machinery, drivers and things like that. Everybody just having access to alcohol right there on the street. So that's not safe.
Another kind of drink.
Then secondly, environmental impact, and as we know that environmental impact has a direct effect on human impact. So
that one is not even, that only means they need to shut down the sachet business.
Exactly, and PET bottles. So they're saying that for them, they don't think that this is right, that they can regulate the industry instead of a total ban on the sachet. I know that this is difficult because a lot of money has gone into it, but we need to look at the health of Nigerians as a whole, and I don't think this business works, especially if we want to also protect our children from having easy access to alcohol.
So there's this
you can sneak it into the school bags. Sachet so easy.
So there's speculation around the replacement of our vice president in 2027. Well, the APC has come out to say officially that they have no plans to replace. There's no possibility, that is to say, X, whoever is passing that rumor, forget about it. He's going to remain the VP by 2027. We'll take a break. When we return, we'll continue with the front page review. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Below 3-in-1.
In 3, 2, 1, we are live.
Welcome to East-Flash. I'm on the black carpet, and of course, it's Jubril of Lagos.
Well, that's it on Socialville.
When I say, I dare fool.
You already have Destiny Alpha. I know that.
I go shoot out for you.
You already know, guys. East-Flash can be the best of entertainment, the best of energy, best of everything you need to get your day going. It's East-Flash every weekday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on TVC Entertainment.
Keeping hope alive.
We are the drumbeats that refuse to be silenced, even when the rhythm falters.
We are the green that refuses to fade,
and the white that dares to shine.
Hope is not a stranger here.
It lives in our markets,
our music, and our streets.
Every dawn in Nigeria is proof that tomorrow is still worth fighting for.
Hope is a child in the classroom, eyes wide, with dreams bigger than walls.
Hope is the farmer planting seeds in faith, believing in rain and harvest.
Hope is the youth unafraid to rise, rewriting the story of our tomorrow.
Hope is us, millions of voices
refusing to give up on the promise of this land.
Nigeria, our independence is not just history.
It is a call to keep believing,
to keep building, to keep hoping.
Now hope
they carry us.
Even when wahala they choke, we stand gidigba.
Hope they waka with us for downfall.
It they gist with us for buka.
No matter the gbege, our spirit no fit scatter. Hope now that pikin where they read ABCD and still get ogbonge dream for hearts.
Hope now the mama where they fry akara, we see the reason say
tomorrow go soft for her.
Naija,
your freedom na promise.
Say hope go always come, no matter wetin happen.
Think fast, play smart, win big. We Cash, the game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments, just quick questions, quick moves, and free cash. Every second counts, every answer pays, and everyone walks away a winner. Are you fast enough for quick cash? Scan the barcode on
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. So we're continuing front page review with the Punch major headline. Military investigations end. Defense headquarters moves to arraign alleged coup plotters. Deadly winter storm hits US. 17 killed, flights grounded. I had to check on my friends that live in America, like, how you doing? 2027, Ganduje assures Yusuf of APC's ticket after defection. NDLEA arrests 336, destroy 207,000 kilograms of cannabis in Ondo. Local government part also, Osun APC kicks as Adeleke slams Oyetola. Presidential panel recommends freeze on 1 trillion naira rice imports. I thought you would take that story, Nima.
You didn't see the rice.
Decides today as FCT workers demand Wike's removal.
Now that one I see because of the
drama. Over 400,000 jostle for 50,000 police jobs. Alafin Shon absent as Makinde kicks off Oyo's 50th anniversary. Okay.
Let me take NDLEA. NDLEA disclosed they arrested 336 suspects for offences related to cannabis sativa, that's also known as Indian hemp, in Ondo State in 2025. One state in 2025. The agency also said it seized over 22,000 kilograms of illicit drugs and destroyed 207,000 kilograms of cannabis from plantations and farms across the state. The CEO chairman of NDLEA, Brigadier General Buba Marwa, retired, was visiting Ondo State, and he met with the governor, and so he was, giving him all these details. And he said drug abuse has devastating consequences for families and communities. It fuels criminal activities. He said that criminalities like Boko Haram, terrorists, kidnappers, and all other criminal elements are often linked to drug abuse, and through intelligence they've discovered that kidnappers now live among cannabis cultivating communities in deep forest. So it makes sense for them to establish bases where drugs are readily available. So NDLEA is really trying to fight this war, and we all have to fight it together. Sorry, let me just take this other one because it's related to it. It's not in this paper, but it says something about 5 million Nigerians use hard drug. This is also part of that, and he said that this is between ages 15 to 64 years old. And I take that because a lot of times we think, these small children that don't have head. Now we have people in their old age taking drugs. We have people who are dressed in suit and tie, who are leaders, heads of establishments who are using drugs. So this thing has become a huge menace. We need to stop it right now. There's no good that comes out of drug abuse or hard drug use.
Okay, so I have the FCTA story. The minister of the FCT has gone to the National Industrial Court of Nigeria in Abuja to get an injunction stopping the joint union of the administration, joint union action committee of the FCT from proceeding with the strike that they have been on. So they had done a warning strike, and they had called that off and started another one last Monday after the expiration of the 7 days ultimatum they had earlier given. And this, of course, paralyzed the entire activity in the FCT. But the FCTA management insists that all their demands have been met. But the JUAC people say no, they have not met anything. They dismiss all those assertions by the FCT, and you could see
what did they want?
What happened yesterday. Unfortunately,
they did not list it in the paper.
Listing it. They're just reporting the industrial court the activity from the court. So the JUAC is insisting that the substantive matter must be heard. If the court were to grant an injunction, it would seem as if they've heard everything at the interlocutory stage, which is wrong. Okay. And so let's see how the court will determine this. But the sitting is today, Tuesday. So.
Okay. So no fewer than 400,000 Nigerians have applied for 50,000 naira.
Money woman.
Hey, 50,000. They did not put naira there. Don't mind me. I need this money badly. Police constable position. So 50,000 spots. We have 400 people applying for that 50,000 slots. Thank you. Hey, money matter.
50,000 naira.
The Police Service Commission and Nigerian Police Force, said this. So they said the recruitment exercise has been extended by 2 weeks, following low application numbers from some states, including Lagos. The extension was announced in a statement issued on Monday by the PSC Head of Protocol and Public Affairs, Mr. Tonto Dikeh. And according to the statement, the application portal, which opened December 15, 2025, was initially scheduled to close January 25, 2026, but will now remain open till February 8, 2026. And he explained that while over 400,000 applications have been received nationwide, the PSC and the MPF observed significant disparities across the states. He said that states like Adamawa, Benue, Kano recorded high number of applicants, while Lagos, Ogun, Bayelsa, Ebonyi, and Anambra recorded lower submissions. So they are appealing to Nigerians. That's one of the reasons they extended it, that community leaders, church religious leaders should speak to the people in those states that are not really applying, encourage them to come out and apply. Yes, that is only this part of Nigeria that is in the police force. Come out, encourage people to come out from your states and apply. The slots are still there.
I was going to take the rice story because the presidential panel, the presidential agri-policy committee, the government's agri-policy committee have asked that there's a freeze on importation of rice, that Nigeria has spent 1 trillion naira importing rice into the country, and they said that's led to surplus, and the surplus is not from production but from inflow. We're also losing a lot of forex to this importation of rice, and I was looking forward to a part of the story where they acknowledge local farmers and the impact this importation has had on their businesses, but it didn't capture it. But it has really had huge impact on local businesses. So I do support it, and I hope they implement the freeze on importation of rice. Moving on to Daily Sun, major headline. The story about military as they open up on the coup plot against the president. In other news, we have Soludo shuts on nature markets for 7 days over sit-at-home strike. FCTA workers urged to sustain solidarity as union hails massive turnout in courts. Nima took that story. Customs surpasses 2025 revenue target by 697 billion as they hit 7 trillion naira in revenue. Hearing in final forfeiture suit of UK properties linked to Hussaini Ozehume stalled, and local government, Oshu local government tenure tussle elongation illegal in democracy from the governor Adeleke. It tells APC. All right, what story do we start with?
It's just paining me that I took this story, the Zekome story. So, according to the Sun, the prosecuting lawyer for the CCB, that's the Code of Conduct Bureau, insisted on serving the motion on notice on members of the Jeremiah family. According to them, because sitting, the judge was asking the lawyer how this motion on notice was put. That is, this process that you have brought before me, have you notified the respondent? So how did you notify them? You say you took it to a house and just nobody's living there. You are confirming in the story that the late Jeremiah Oseni is no longer living. You know he's late, he's dead. So the house was probably empty. He continued to file in places he thought he would find a Jeremiah Oseni. Instead of finding the place where the administrators of the estate were living, the executors of his estate are living. And he refused. He took the notice to the daughter's house in Abuja. Jesus. The judge now asked, is she one of the executors of the estate? No. He said no.
So why?
The judge said, have you read the will of this person? He said no. So how do you do, instead of that, you just come to court, show the court this difficulty, and apply for a substituted service. The court will grant it to you. You can publish it in every newspaper with that order. And why you call the stress? I don't read the story. Can't be like that for no reader.
Before your hand,
as a lawyer.
You see, you have the nature story.
Yes, I do. It's good. I'll just try and shorten it because that's what we're going to talk about. So Governor Chukwuma Soludo has ordered immediate shutdown of the Onitsha markets. That's the main market for 1 week following defiance of the market leadership to open against government's directive. So he found out that they've still been keeping that IPOB's directive of sit at home on Mondays, and which aside from being used to it, we also understand that they are usually they are threatened. If you open, anything you see, and the government has been telling them that go ahead and open. We have given this, so he's shut it now. He's saying that if they don't respond, he's going to shut it again for like 1 month. He wants them to understand that it's government that owns, the markets, not one person sitting somewhere and giving an order for sit at home. So I'm sure we're going to go into the details later on. All
right, Nigerian Tribune. We've taken the story about coup plotters. We've taken the story about Soludo, alleged fraud. Nima just took that story. But we haven't taken the story of gunmen abduct two proprietors in Ondo, 3 daughters of Plateau Water Board MD. And there's another story about Nigeria records first robotic women's gynecology surgery in West Africa.
So that's why I wanted you to take the tribune. So Nigeria has achieved another major milestone in medical innovation with successful performance of the first robotic gynecology surgery focusing on women's health in West Africa. So they said this breakthrough what happened at the robotics and artificial intelligence. This robotics and artificial intelligence breakthrough happened at the Prostate Clinic, TPC Lagos. And what they do is advanced treatment for prostate cancer and benign prostate enlargement. They said that they had used a year focusing on men's, issues, but this year they have moved on to women's health. And one of the things that they've just done is specifically a young woman who was diagnosed with an ovarian tumor that caused persistent pain, discomfort, difficulty carrying out normal daily activities. But with the robotic procedure, she was able to have that surgery, return home the same day, and resume work within 24 hours.
Wow.
They said this surgery recovery is extremely fast. Within 6 hours, once the vital signs are stable, patients can eat, walk, and be discharged.
Using robotics,
yes. So instead of the traditional open surgery, robotic surgery reduces blood loss, post-operative pain, and complications while preserving normal bodily functions and allowing quick recovery.
This is non-invasive.
So let me just add, I know we've run out of time. They said that other range of gynecological conditions that have been done with this is endometriosis, uterine fibroids, cancers of the womb, hysterectomies, and also selected cases of ectopic pregnancy can be done. So
safer,
quicker, and less, and recovery
time. I'm just so happy
it
happened in Nigeria.
It will not be cheap.
I'm just happy it happened in Nigeria. We'll take a break. When we return, we'll move on to our hot topic. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned.
In 3, 2, 1, we are live.
Welcome to E-Splash. I'm on the black carpet, and of course, it's Jubril of Lagos.
Well, that's it on Socialville.
When I say, I dare fool.
You already have Destiny Helper. I know that.
I go shoot on for you.
You know, guys, E-Splash can be the best of entertainment, the best of energy, best of everything you need to get your day going.
It's E-Splash every weekday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on TVC Entertainment.
Keeping hope alive.
We are the drumbeats that refuse to be silenced, even when the rhythm falters.
We are the green that refuses to fade.
And the white that dares to shine.
Hope is not a stranger here.
It lives in our markets,
our music, and our streets.
Every dawn in Nigeria is proof that tomorrow is still worth fighting for.
Hope is a child in the classroom, eyes wide, with dreams bigger than walls.
Hope is the farmer planting seeds in faith, believing in rain and harvest.
Hope is the youth unafraid to rise, rewriting the story of our tomorrow.
Hope is us, millions of voices
refusing to give up on the promise of this land.
Nigeria, our independence is not just history.
It is a call to keep believing,
to keep building, to keep hoping.
Now hope
they carry us.
Even when wahala they choke, we stand gidigba.
Hope they waka with us for downfall.
They gist with us for buka.
No matter the gbege, our spirit no fit scatter. Hope na that pikin where they read ABCD and still get ogbonge dream for hearts.
Hope na the mama where they fry akara, we see the reason say
tomorrow go soft for her.
Naija,
your freedom na promise.
Say hope go always come, no matter wetin happen.
Think fast, play smart, win big. We Cash, the game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments. Just quick questions, quick moves, and free cash. Every second counts, every answer pays, and everyone walks away a winner. Are you fast enough for quick cash? Scan the barcode on your screen, and you just might get a chance to take your shot at instant fortune. Quick Cash, showing Mondays and Fridays on TVC Entertainment.
Every clash of ideas begin the same way. Differences could be a disagreement,
two voices, two views, standing apart,
or an argument.
a battle to win, to prove, or to conquer.
Both are born from differences. One can open the door to respect.
Sound, are you ready?
And the other close it with fire. Two perspectives, but one big issue.
Are you good?
Yes, I'm good to go. So do we argue to fight or disagree to understand?
3, 2, 1, we are live.
This is the big...
You guys, this was just about Irasta and Rema now.
You day wine. It's all over my FYP. But me, I don't know, Sha. Cause fake blogs yakpa. And if you ask me, it's giving sauce.
Listen, I just checked the new TV Centertainment WhatsApp channel like right now, and they just dropped the update.
Are you for
No, no cap.
I've actually been noticing those guys. They're always on it 100. Like they always post the gist before anyone else. Me, I love them, oh, and that's on period.
Like I just aligned with them like last week, and almost they've been dropping back to back.
Facts. I love how it's straight from the source. No cap, no fake news, just pure entertainment.
I low-key feel like an insider right now.
I know, right?
TVC be cooking.
Real talk. It's like Gist Express. Premium gist on cruise mode. Always first. Always legend.
Clock it.
Clock it.
You know what, guys? I just joined.
Active.
Jez is right. All you're trying to say to you is, for your premium entertainment content, scan the QR code on your screen right now to join the TVC Entertainment WhatsApp channel.
Every weekday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on TVC Entertainment.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Yesterday on the show, we had a frank conversation about the alarming rise in begging across our society. But amid the troubling reality, a particular story stood out. Not of entitlement, but of desperation, of diligence meeting destiny. A young man quietly committed to his work, found favor in an unexpected moment. Yet, beyond the fortune that came his way, what truly captured the hearts of many was something far deeper. His profound sense of gratitude. Even more striking was the humility and appreciation shown by his mother, a reminder that values still matter and that character often speaks louder than circumstances. We felt it was important to bring back this story to you, not just as a feel-good content, but as a powerful reflection on work and gratitude and the kind of society we hoped for. But first, let's take a look at this video.
What's your name?
My name is Samuel.
How old are you?
19 years old.
19 years old.
Yes.
What is inside this bag?
Carton and rubber.
Carton and rubber. How much is everything if you want to sell all of them like this?
2,000 or 1,000.
How did you get here?
By my friend.
By your friend. What about your parents? Where are your parents? Are they aware that you are doing this job?
No.
Okay, why did you start doing this job?
I need money to buy my this thing, work thing to do.
Which work?
Tyler.
Okay, you sabi do ties?
Yes.
Did you do freedom?
I never do freedom.
Why you not do freedom?
I don't have money to do freedom.
What is injuring you from doing it?
I need like cutting machine, mallet, pitches, and knife.
Hey, let's go to somewhere. So I have a surprise for you actually. Would you like to see the surprise? So I will close your eyes from this place. So it's outside. Let's go. Now look back. So don't break it, oh. This is a new phone for you. And this is the receipt actually.
God will surprise you in the name of Jesus.
Amen. This is 50,000 for you again. Keep it. Okay, calm down. God bless you. Let's go to your house. Edidi.
Oof, it is such a ladies. What are your thoughts on this? I need to give credit. We got this video because of Base TV. Base TV on Twitter posted it, and they used TV, and it's such an inspiring one. But ladies, what was your opinion when you first saw this video?
I saw it on my way this morning. The producer had sent the video to me. I was like, just look at it. So you're likely going to be talking about it. And I watched it from beginning to end, and I started crying. And my driver had to look back to find out what was happening, but he didn't ask me anything. And I was crying because I saw the level of poverty that sometimes we don't get to see, because somehow God has just lifted us a bit above and moved us away from such areas that many times, if we don't pay attention, we begin to forget that many Nigerians are actually in serious need of the barest minimum basic to even survive, to even eat well and have a sense of livelihood. And you know, this just humbles you in a way that God can just choose to spotlight you anyhow. I've always talked about giving responsibly. I'm not one to give people things on the streets because I don't see the work that you're doing. But if we can find people who are diligent, you want to give, you have whatever it is you want to give, you look around your environment, you will definitely see people who are diligent. Pick one person and help. And I know sometimes it may look like, because I saw some comments, they were like, why didn't they blur the face? Why are they posting? Shouldn't they have hidden it? Sometimes some things need to be shown so that people can realize that it's not just about me. It's not just about my success. It's not just about the blessings God chooses to give to me. What about my neighbor? This guy started doing this training or whatever, the job that he trained for. He did it from the age of 10, since 2017. And he could not even get enough money to do freedom. See, this opens up a lot of things that I would just calm down so that if we have time, we can go through it gradually. Because why would a young child finish training in your establishment and you cannot release him and bless him to go and work somewhere else or go and start his own? You are waiting for freedom money. They're waiting for freedom money. So there's so many things. I'm an Igbo person. We know how this freedom thing works. But the focus right now is God decided to use this young man to bless this boy. And we should look into doing a lot more for people who are diligent wherever we find them.
Okay. So I was going to just explain that freedom is not actually a punishment. Usually when they bring these boys, their parents can't afford to pay for them to start.
Even does
and
that
so
pay?
They must then pay for them to be free because it will be a cheating on the person who taught him. But this is a genuine case of helplessness. You could see the helplessness is not just with the boy. His family were still able, in the midst of nothing, raise a decent human being.
Thank you for highlighting that.
And there's nothing that this video guy could have done that would have made him find a good person, a decent person. Everybody with good intentions just go out to the street and help somebody. We pray that we're helping the truly helpless. There's nothing he could have done for a fact. There's no perfect method he could have used that would have said, okay, this is the boy that will truly deserve it. We are happy to see that we found a helpless, truly deserving, decent human being.
Yes.
I had helped someone do a business because I thought, with the story that I heard, no help, no parents, nothing. As we speak right now, 4, 5 years on, and I'm looking at the business, I'm paid at the laziness, the total abuse of the funds that I raised to do it. And I appreciate someone recently, because I do this every year in remembrance of my dad. The secret is nothing. I just looked at someone. My father was known to do his sadaka by empowering. So do you have a skill? Do you have, what's the problem? Why have you not started the funds? So that's why I said I could predict the amount in question. And I called this lady. I said, okay, you cook well. She said, yes. I said, do you want to start a small cooking business? You know? And she just looked at me and said, give me 2 weeks. She came back and said, I don't want to do it. I appreciated it. Because imagine putting together that amount of funds. There was one, she was at Idumota buying the tailor machine. We had put so much money together. And then she calls me and said, you gave me money for machine. Did you put money for transport?
Jesus Christ.
I didn't pick my call. She sent it as an audio message for me to hear it over and over again. So sometimes they are not decent. It's not the lack of intention to do good. It's just that we have so many indecent, undeserving people we see in the situation that they are in, but they don't even deserve the help. This is just a perfect case that encourages you to keep giving. And I love the boy. I cried when I saw it. I wish that it was one of my own cases.
Wow.
Yes, well.
I thank God for this particular video, because there's so many lessons to learn, and many good lessons. You know, many times when we highlight the issues, things in Nigeria, is usually negative. I'm happy that we have something positive, albeit in a very sad, vulnerable situation. But lessons can be learned from any situation. So for me, is the one first thing highlighted is this was a boy diligent at his work. He was working.
Yes,
a young man working every day to earn what, 1,000 naira probably, or 2,000 naira. I was happy to see that. So we have young Nigerians who are not stealing, who are working at something. And then God found him at his workplace.
Oh, Jehovah.
There's a difference between someone who is working and help comes to them and someone who is sitting on the streets begging.
Totally different.
Because I'm taking it because we talked about begging yesterday, and I'm sure people are going to say, but you said this yesterday. There's a difference between a beggar and someone who is working, right? And when the help came for him, so at first when I was watching the video, I saw the first thing, which was the cleaning him up, the wearing clothes, and going to eat. I was like, part of me was like, okay, I hear you, good, nice. The one that touched me, because that one, the lesson learned is, he gave him fish. So that's the fish part, where they will give you something for now. Because the hair will grow out, you still go back into that community, your clothes will get dirty eventually, you still get hungry the next day. But the third thing he did for him, my people, is that he taught him how to fish. He found the thing that he does, he gave it to him. And for me, it shows that the lesson for me is that there's a responsibility to the giver. I know that we like, it makes us feel good when we just give some money here and give money there and do the, you know, but when we look inwards and commit a little bit deeper. I'm not saying that when we do the give, small giving is a bad thing, but I'm saying that there is a responsibility to the person that decides to say, I am a giver. I want to help someone. Yes, and, you know, thank God I was just looking, and it says that one of the key responsibilities of a giver is to ensure impact. True. Do you understand? How does this really, what is the outcome of this giving I'm going to do? If I give him just food and clothes, he'll be hungry. What is the impact of that? But when I give him the tools for his work, what will be the impact for that, for the rest of his life, for his family, for his community? That boy is going to go on to employ other children or other young people who are looking for work. You have created an economy. Hey, God. You have changed many people's life. There's some of them who are still children, who haven't even had anything, you know, they are not started work. But because this young man has been empowered, that community will see young people will find something to do. So that is the sort of giving I want us to look into. It's okay, the 1 nairas, the 5 nairas there, but let's do things that will impact and empower people. And then it says that also one of the responsibilities of a giver is someone, it should be done respectfully and in an ethical way. You must maintain the dignity of the person that you're embarrassed. Throw the bread. Yes. Yes, the boy was lying down and greeting him as is this culture to show appreciation. But you see how he kept picking him up. You are picking him up. The mother too is there. He's picking them up. You can see that this giver is, even though he has put it in the open, he's not putting the camera in our face like, see what I'm doing. It's telling us. So I could see the focus was on that story, on those people. And I thank him for his kindness and for giving them dignity. And that is, I mean, I learned so much. So much.
We'll take a break. When we return, we'll ask our callers, our viewers, to join the conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. You guys, this was just about Irasta and Rema now.
You day wine. It's all over my FYP, but me, I don't know, Sha. Cause fake logs yakpa. And if you ask me, it's giving sauce.
Listen, I just checked the new TVC Entertainment WhatsApp channel like right now, and they just dropped the update.
Are you for real?
No, no cap.
I've actually been noticing those guys. They're always on it 100. Like they always post this before anyone else. Me, I love them, and that's on periods.
Like I just aligned with them like last week, and they've been dropping back to back.
Facts. I love how it's straight from the source. No cap, no fake news, just pure entertainment.
I low-key feel like an insider right now.
I know, right?
TVC be cooking.
Real talk. It's like Gist Express. Premium gist on cruise mode. Always first. Always maintain.
Clock it.
Clock it.
You know what, guys? I just joined.
Active.
Jess is right. What you're trying to say to you is, for your premium entertainment content, scan the QR code on your screen right now to join the TVC Entertainment WhatsApp channel.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. We'd like our viewers to join the conversation by calling us on 020-1635-2013 or you can call us on 090-2416-3440. Tweet to us at TVC Connect, #YourViewTVC. We're also streaming on YouTube and we'd love to read your comments on this very touching video that got all of us teary and crying. We've uncovered a few things. Mariam spoke on diligence, impact. Nima mentioned responsibility. You spoke on how it is going to spur. BC spoke on how it's going to spur more people to want to do things like this. But while I was watching that video, for me, I was just like, upbringing. I think it was the upbringing.
Decent people.
Like upbringing. We talk about values all the time. And people think it is because of poverty there's no more value. But we are seeing someone who is gathering a lot of plastics to sell for 1,000 or 2,000 naira and still has value, still has morals. I'll take Mary and I'll come to you, BC. Okay. Mary, welcome to the show. Good morning.
Good morning, Madam Churchill. Good morning. Good morning, beautiful ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mama Jirobi. Good morning.
Good morning.
Sorry there. I watched this video yesterday. By the way, I'm a first caller. Please.
Welcome to the show.
Sorry. I've been watching this video twice yesterday. Up to 1 a.m. I don't know. I actually cried. That was a help that came at the right time for the right person. That was a call that came in for the right person and at the right time. Yeah, people are complaining, when you are giving, don't let the lender know that you are giving. But to me, this is just trying to let us know that you can do this even beyond. For any other person who wants to do that, it has nothing to do with whether you're a content creator or not. But for the fact that this help came to the right person, most times we give, and sometimes we give it out to someone who actually does not need it. To me, the mother's prayer touched me. If you listen to that woman, that prayer is from the heart. You cannot change it. That was a pure prayer deep down from the soul. My sisters, I don't know how I wish I can do this. That was a boy that God came to his rescue at the right time.
Yes.
And it was a present help. Thank you very much and have a lovely day.
Yeah. So taking it off from Mary and what Miriam has said earlier about the fact that this was very impactful and this is like empowering a community, no matter how small the community is. For every time God wanted to bless people in the scriptures, the first question is to ask, what do you have in your hands? Moses asked, what do you have in your hands? It's okay, I have this rod, drop it on the floor. When I think it was Elijah who was trying to help the widow who did not have anything to eat and needed blessing, what did the prophet ask? What do you have? You have to have something. And everybody has been given that gift to have something. And that's why I find it very difficult to understand why full able-bodied human beings, your hands are working, your eyes are seeing, your legs are working, you choose to beg. Is a disrespect to the gifts and the potential that God has given to you. And you'll be questioned for it. It's not only bad people that go to hell and answer questions of judgment. God will ask you. Take, for instance, the parable of the talents. When God gave one 5 and gave another 2 and gave one 1. The one that they gave 1 was upset. Why would they give me only 1? And went to bury it. So every beggar out there who is able-bodied has gone to bury the gifts that God has given to them. And what will happen? God will take it and add it to the other person who had 5, who was able to multiply. So we must emphasize teaching people to work. Tilers are difficult. If they build house, you go no. Tilers are difficult to find. Sometimes we go to as far as Cotonou, Ghana to get tilers. We don't have in Nigeria. This is a job that will empower so many people. And what this guy has done, God will forever bless him, right? And also he advertised for him. He told him to call out his number. Please, you people should give him job and all of that. Me, if I'll go and watch the video again and write the number in case anybody building around me and see you're into these things. You are looking for Tyler. Yes, or renovating. We can make sure that this person is empowered. What am I trying to say? you must have something you are doing. Let us stop enabling people by giving them money on the streets. Let's stop enabling people by, you come today, you ask me for money for business, I give you, you squander it. You come tomorrow, you ask me, I give you. Let us stop. If we put a stop to it, people will understand that they can have their help, but they have to be doing something and they have to be diligent. That diligence is what we must keep talking about, we must keep teaching, and we need to do a lot as individuals, as honestly, Nigerians are actually good people.
They help you.
And they help people. Not everybody will carry the microphone and come and show what they're doing, but we help people. So we just need more, you know, and even if individuals are helping everybody, the basics is still in the hands of the government. That's where it can get to the mass. Exactly. It will get to the masses.
Let me take Tony's call. Welcome to the show. Good morning. Hello, are you there?
Morning.
Good morning.
I'm here.
Welcome to the show.
I'm waiting to welcome.
Sorry.
Yeah, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hear you.
Okay. Yeah, nice one for the guy that, you know, assisted the young boy. But see, nobody is talking about the failure of the government.
Yeah, don't mention it.
On its lack of social responsibility to citizens.
To reach the masses.
People are not talking about it.
This is just mentioned it now.
Okay, I guess she does did. I see the mother of the boy, you know, appreciating the young man that assisted his son. Election is fast approaching. I hope we get it right.
Yes.
Sooner or later, we'll start sharing 1 cup of rice, half cup of beans, and all that. And the problem still continues to linger. What is the part of the government on the lives of the younger generation? That is the question. Every day we see our ministers, we see our government public office holders that children are graduating from the best universities in the world. You people are not talking about it.
We are now.
That's why you're calling.
Hold on. The young man that assisted, yes, out of his own free will. But the question is, what is the government doing for the younger generation?
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tony.
Thank you.
This is your view, and it's a platform for all conversations to be heard. And your contribution definitely has gone worldwide already.
So I was going to. Government wants to do. Sorry, the ones that we say are the fake, needy ones. They're usually more queued up there. And then political party members too. You take up.
So I was on Saturday.
How do you?
No, was it Saturday?
Get
Sunday.
Cases
On Sunday. Is it House of Honorable Ogbara? She did an empowerment. Funny enough, I was asking her where they were doing it because I knew it was close to me. I didn't plan to go there. I went there for my kid's birthday and saw that they were giving sewing machine, they were giving blenders as commercial blenders. And I know that almost all politicians do this sort of give empowerment, give motorcycle, give Korokwe, the tricycles, and all those things are given. But we need to address the people and the values of the people who would have those things and still come out to beg. And they would get empowered year in, year out. The same group of people have gotten scholarship, they've gotten food, they've gotten washing machine, they've gotten driver. Same group of people. Year. That is exploitative. So when we call out government, we should also and I'm all for us calling out the government, because the government has dropped the ball over the years, which is why there's a problem this huge. But we also need to talk about what we as a people are doing that we are making it almost impossible to be helped. Name has several examples of people that you've helped and they did not do. So, Mariam.
Okay, yeah. So, you know, because you mentioned government social responsibility, I was going to go into character. That was the question you had asked. But let me just say,
Mariam, I need to cut you. Sorry. We'll be joining a live coverage. It's the invitation to the official ceremony of the National Teachers Summit holding now at the Banquet Hall State House, Abuja. Viewers can continue watching your view by scanning the QR code showing on your screen right now. All right, Mariam, continue, please.
Okay, so I was going to say, with government's responsibility, I think this is a platform that talks about it every time. When they do good, we talk about it. When they do bad, we talk about it. When they can do more, we talk about it. Even this conversation started with, you know, one of us talking about it. and it will still end up there. So it's, and your contribution, the color, it's just as valid as anyone's on this table. So thank you for that. But I was going to say that even in societies where we say they have a structure, a system, you know, where government helps the poor, there are still people who need help. And we still see videos like this from those countries. Because there will still be someone who's trying to get through life and is having difficulties. Not because his country does not work or people don't help, but there are some difficulties that will arise. And how people respond to each other, for me, I feel is the message here. That government is government. Let's give to Caesar what is Caesar's and everything. But also, I think this one is highlighting how we treat each other, how we help each other. I've seen many of these videos like coming out from America, especially the ones that touch me, are the ones that you find maybe Nigerian students schooling abroad with very little resources. And then this angel comes from nowhere, pays some of the bills, buys them the laptop that they've been waiting for. So these are not even poor people, but they're in a very bad place at that time, and someone helps them. Now, concerning this story that we watch, why does it seem so beautiful? Everybody's like, oh, yes, this is such a beautiful story. It's a beautiful story because it had the perfect combination of all those involved. The giver was decent. The giver did something from his heart. You could see where it was coming from. The way the person that was given received it. So that's what makes it look like, oh my God, this is how it should be done. It's just that everybody played the part that they were supposed to play. Imagine, as we have said, someone gives like this and the person that receives it does not receive it with any appreciation. Or as you have just mentioned, comes back again to find different ways to get this, become entitled. It's not that people are not giving. We're also talking about those receiving. Are you receiving with gratitude? Are you receiving knowing that you're going to use this now to do better for yourself? Or are you receiving because you feel entitled to somebody always coming to give you a little bit of something, a little bit of something anytime you need it? So we have to understand that I'm saying all this because I want to end at character. Where we've always had a conversation where people misbehave. We say it's poverty, Nigeria is hard, things are there, it's poverty, that's why they are stealing, it's poverty, that's why they are killing each other. Poverty, yes, that's why there's a stampede. It is not poverty that makes you behave the way that you behave. It is who you are. It's your lack of character. This boy, the way what he was doing, you could see that he comes from a good home. You can see that the values that had been taught him, he has and is entrenched in the way that he carries himself. You can see that it did not take away his dignity. This is a poor boy, but you cannot look at him any less because he's a person that carries himself with dignity. How? Because he's doing work. He's not busy gallivanting and misbehaving. He was doing work. Someone came and met him at his place of work. Even the person that met him understood that he was meeting someone of like mind because this is a person working. And so he gave him the respect. Now took him home because he comes from a place, he comes from a home. And you can see the sort of people that he met. What those people lack was just money. That's all that they lacked. Yeah, but they have everything else that they have it. So it's important. Our character should not be determined by how much money we have or do not have. 100% we must always carry ourselves with dignity and make sure that our values are, you know, the values that we have been brought up with, we don't lose them because we are hustling or looking for something.
Thank you so much for that contribution, Mariam. Bolan has called into the show from Agege. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Yeah, I am so impressed about the story I have had and the contribution everybody has made. My own profession is civil building engineering. The only area I want to contribute is that the boy was asked whether he has done freedom. He said no. Now that he has gotten all the instruments, if you people have the contract, let him go and complete his, what do you call it?
Training.
Training. So that people like us don't bring them to site and they start doing nonsense because some of them, they use 1 year and they run away, and the next thing you see them outside spoiling people's job. So if there's any contract with the man that helped him, they should still go back to the family or the man that trained him. Let him complete his training, and then he cannot go into the field. I really appreciate what the man did, and God will continue to bless you.
Amen.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bolawan, for that perspective. It's something that we need to talk about more as well. But Nima, you're one that, when we're discussing begging yesterday, you know, because you were talking about the fact that there is a religious part to the like there's a religious tenet to say you have to help the poorest of the poor, and this definitely falls within that category. But don't you think that it puts a lot of pressure on people to start looking for where you will find poorest of the poor people? How would you know?
No, it's not like you carry binoculars and dig inside something. It's just being observant around you and find genuine cases.
Yeah, true.
That's the honest. I would never. So let me just say it publicly. If you come into my DM and send a message, I would never. 2 errors have come from that, and I've regretted them. But I would look genuinely for people around you who sincerely you see them struggling. I just want to appreciate the parents of this boy. You know, an idle hand is the devil's workshop.
Wow.
It is not because you have an abundance resources of wealth in your account that you make sure your child is not loitering the streets and become eruku in the Yoruba language, where streets can use him anyhow. The idea of some parents that I have seen of releasing their children to anyhowness on the streets without a proper structure. I have a family friend, he's in the UK now. His father had passed and the mother would take him to the mechanic. And the mechanic said, no, but Lagos State will come and arrest him. Because then, I think under the policy they had then was that he is underage. So the mother will take him to school. At 4, he resumes at the mechanic. Did you know that young man grew up to work with, let me not mention it for branding's sake, a big auto firm in Maza in Comfortable. And from that place, he raised enough money. He worked with a late royalty in this country as personal mechanic. He grew from that place. He built his proof of funds. He works now. He runs his own car mart in the UK. Wow. There's nothing that is not possible, but because you leave your children unattended, this help met the boy. They not ask him, you get learn work. He say learn. Imagine say they ask him, I've not eaten since money. You know, I've been a lot coming from me. The mother will not want to buy data. You know, can you submit 2,000? You will have some, and the parents will turn you to MAGA. The parents will call for money. You know, a lot of things. So she said, you know, I've just kept saying the word decent people. Finding people that, you know, just have their right head on their neck is the best thing that can happen to this country. And I think if a lot of us start to emulate in their little resources, so the decency with which they live.
Even this conversation is going to have impact. Let me take Mary's call.
No, some people are their spiritual head.
Mary, welcome to the show. Good morning. Are you still
there? Good morning. I'm not Mary, I'm Oyin.
Oyin.
Yeah.
Oyin Consola.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for this topic. You really talked on almost everything I want to talk about. But I'm always about government. I'm always about government because you being in governance means that you are the head of decision making. There should be a platform for all of this giving and giving. It's because we have a video, that's why we're talking about this particular guy. You guys on this program, I know you give. I know you've done a lot of things. I follow Tope a lot. Tope is planning to do some kind of makeup thing for people and everything. You guys give this thing at all the time, and you do. You just don't make noise about it. Does not mean you don't do it. But we should have a government that actually help its citizens. Where do we have food bank abroad? And these people go there. Why do we have good education and all of those? As a citizen of Nigeria, she gets a particular. It was quite pathetic. That boy is actually a small boy, being a Tyler and all of that. And look at the family. Oh, you're talking about Valo Miriam. It gets to a point. I saw a video where a tanker fell and people were getting work hits and they were filling it up. And I looked at the video for a long time. And I wanted to condemn. Seriously, I went to you guys, are you not thinking about it? And I thought about it. Poverty has so taken over their mind that they've lost every iota of thinking about themselves. Like, this wasn't a taken, let me go and get to. What will make you go and get such a dangerous thing? It's just because you don't see yourself doing better. You don't see yourself, you're looking at the next meal. And that next meal has taken over your mind at that point to even think about you having value. When you get to a point in life, you really don't have value. I hope we don't get to that point as well. I think the government, when we have a government that is running, that think about its people, that people don't go on social media, they see the first son, as if it's the first son that was first born, it goes on the presidential jet around, going around that. You don't need all of Nigerians are givers. You see people being kidnapped and they say we should just give strange person that we don't know. People in the hospital, we just give this money and we don't even know the person. We give. But the point is there a platform that actually check out for the people themselves? Get a particular age of, before you are 18, okay, you help the parents by giving this particular amount of, I watch videos abroad, I see underage children, like 22 have 5 children. It's because the society provide for you for child care. That's why you can afford to be having 5 children at 22. It's terrible out of this country.
Thank you so much, Oyin.
But where the government that does not help at all. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I spotted something in the video, but because it was a very emotional video, we're focusing more on the help that was given. I didn't want to mention it, but I'm just saying that there's a way poverty can attack you that you do not, you lose a sense of your self-preservation. For instance, that young man followed this guy into his car. He doesn't know him. Security-wise, it's very wrong to follow a stranger you do not know. We teach our children, don't follow a stranger. But because what's the worst that could happen to him? He didn't think about that. He followed a stranger. Thankfully, this turned out to be for good. But would you advise a young boy out there who's doing his work to follow somebody he doesn't know? That's what where poverty takes you to.
Honestly, I'm so happy. Like I'm feeling myself like I'm on a table of super, like the level of intelligence and how broad the conversation goes. We touched on everything, and thank you all for your contribution. There's no way you'd watch this show, whether you are the giver or you are one who is praying to receive help, that you have not gotten what you need to take you to the next level, whether it's diligence, hard work. Even governments have gotten their own lesson from what we've discussed here on the little things they can do to support Nigerians. Thank you so much. We'll take a break right now. When we come back, we move on to another topic. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right.
In 3, 2, 1, we are live.
Welcome to Splash. I'm on the black carpet, and of course, it's Jubril of Lagos.
Well, that's it on Socialville.
When I say, I dare fool.
Hey, you already have Destiny Alpha. I know that.
I go shoot out for you.
You already know, guys. E-Splash can be the best of entertainment, the best of energy, best of everything you need to get your day going.
It's E-Splash every weekday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on TVC Entertainment.
Keeping hope alive.
We are the drumbeats that refuse to be silenced, even when the rhythm falters.
We are the green that refuses to fade.
And the white that dares to shine.
Hope is not a stranger here.
It lives in our markets,
our music, and our streets.
Every dawn in Nigeria is proof that tomorrow is still worth fighting for.
Hope is a child in the classroom, eyes wide, with dreams bigger than walls.
Hope is the farmer planting seeds in faith, believing in rain and harvest.
Hope is the youth unafraid to rise, rewriting the story of our tomorrow.
Hope is us, millions of voices
refusing to give up on the promise of this land.
Nigeria, our independence is not just history.
It is a call to keep believing,
to keep building, to keep hoping.
Now hope
they carry us.
Even when wahala they choke, we stand gidigba.
Hope they waka with us for downfall.
They gist with us for buka.
No matter the gbege, our spirit no fit scatter.
Hope now that pikin where they read ABCD
and still get ogbonge dream for hearts.
Hope now the mama where they fry akara, we see the reason say tomorrow.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Social media was on fire after Tonto Dikeh and her ex-husband Olakunle Churchill were seen embracing in reconciliation. Supporters are hailing it as growth, healing and a win for co-parenting, while critics are side-eyeing the sudden peace, questioning the timing and the motive after years of bitter public drama. Is this genuine closure or just another headline-grabbing twist? So ladies, what are your thoughts? Join the conversation by calling us on 020-1635-2013, or you can call us, or you can tweet to us at YourViewTVC. Please hashtag YourViewTV so we can read your tweets. We're also streaming on YouTube. When I see me, I'm not one of those that were side-eyeing, but let me hear from you. Who wants to jump at this story of Tonto and Churchill?
Should I jump?
What? Nima, I don't understand.
You're an athlete.
I should jump in. Jumping into conclusion.
Jump into this topic, I beg.
So first of all, I am happy for them. For many years, we've seen how the drama played out. We saw the name calling. We saw the dragging in the mud into the gutter, into the pits. We saw how everything played out, and it did not tell well for both of them, especially for Tonto herself, who was, publicly known, celebrity, actor, and everything. It didn't play well. So when we saw that she had, tilted, she was saved, she had started church, everybody was just waiting. What's next? What's going to be next for this person? She just kept unraveling the packet. Today, Tonto is this new. Tomorrow, is new. She attempted politics at some point. And all of that she did. There was a leadership training I did, GOTV, a leadership academy. She was there, one of the alumni. She came at the time. And when I saw her, there was a different aura around Tonto. So it's something that we've been hoping that things would. I felt they had made peace secretly without letting people know. I didn't even know that this matter was still, ongoing. But, as what I know psychologically is that many people reconcile publicly, not because the wound is actually healed, but because they've gone through what they call crisis fatigue. You can still have some bits and parts and pieces of bitterness in you, but because the matter has stretched for so long, there's a fatigue that has come in. Your nervous system is just looking for peace any which way. So it could be performative peace, just so that we can rest this matter, not true healing. But I am hoping and I'm wishing, for the benefit of the child, that this is actually true peace. Now, if she's coming out to say that they have made peace, God has, made her forgive him and all of that, he too, I don't know if God has also made him forgive, because I think at this point, two of them were hurt. She hurt him with all the things that she said. He may never come back from some of those things. Some are still ringing in my head. Anytime I see his picture, I will remember those negative things that were said. Or, you see the ring. He also said so many things. I don't know how they are going to take those words back. There's something they say, once words are broken, they are like an egg. Once you break those words, you can never take it back. So this, for me, is a lesson to people who are fighting. For whatever reason. We could fall out, but we must censor what we say in the heat of that anger. And that's why, for me, most times when I am upset, I like to keep my mouth shut, because I would not like to say something I will regret. I would not like to say something that, even if I have forgotten about it, the person I told will never forget. What you have told me, I will never forget, even if we make peace. So it's an eye-opener to many people out there when you are fighting. There's something we learn in psychology. They say, how we have love language, your love language. We also have your fight language. If you're getting into a relationship with somebody, find out their fight language. If it works with your own fight language, because when the fight languages, if you can tolerate it, if you can take it, when the fight languages are this way, even when you come together, there are many things you will never forget. There's also what they call the co-parenting rebrand, where it's not like we are forgiving each other, but because of the fact that we want to co-parent, we just have to find a way. I just hope that this is genuine from the bottom of my heart, and I wish them well.
Lessons learned, for me, always lessons learned. I remember the whole anger that she had when her marriage had collapsed, and the vitriolic words. It was, you could tell that this was a woman that was hurt. It was a woman that was angry deep in her soul. She was not ready to hear anything. I remember as well, during that time when it was happening, I felt like, how does she carry the burden? I don't know how you do it. Like, when you're so angry with someone, so incensed by them, that you take the burden on yourself as well. So the person does not have peace and you don't have peace either. You know, I saw that about her at the time. And I felt that she carried that in many other sort of relationships that she had, friendships as well as romantic relationships. They all ended up almost similarly, you know, the fighting, the very public anger that, you know, was displayed. And some of us didn't think it was the right thing that she was doing. But there are so many people in the world, especially in the social media world, that thought she was doing a good thing. Yes, tell them,
aura for aura.
Do it to him, show them. Yes, that's my Tonto, that's her voice.
Yes,
That's a yes, nobody, king. In fact, me too. Anybody that does me, I will do you back. After all, you know, Tonto has done it and she has shown us how it's working. There was something, I listened to her testimony in church. While she was talking, right, I kept thinking, imagine she's now gotten to a place of peace, a better relationship with God, and she has turned her life around. Meanwhile, there have been people that have been impacted during the times that she was going through a tough time, who carried on this fight, who made it their own, who carried fight that was not their own, and took it home to their own husbands and made it their fight. And you know what? As I was thinking that, she mentioned it herself as well. She says, not direct quote, but almost like, you know, she's a person of influence and had a platform. And she knows that what she did and how she lived her life at that time impacted some people. So, for me, this message is for all of us that watch social media. Sometimes people are on a journey. They have not reached where they're going. They are not yet fully whole or, you know, don't carry that's what it is that they're trying to get. Don't carry it and bring it to your own home. Many people, I remember one of the things that was quite popular at the time, she had dressed up as a man and said she was, as far as she was concerned, she was her son's father. And so she's showing up for her son because, you know,
Father's Day.
I know people personally who started saying the same about themselves. So these are people that they had fathers, their children had fathers, they were going through some things, not even as dramatic as Tonto's, but because Tonto said it, people started kind of, yes, Father's Day is also Mother's Day for us as well, you know. And I felt, for me, I'm not saying, it's because I remember how it affected a very close friend of mine. She took it in. She made it. She lived it. As Tonto was living her life, she took it in and she was living that thing. So I know the effect. And I remember I used to have conversations about it and people were like, no, you people that are not speaking, it's people like this. Yes, you show them, you show them, you show them, you show them. I'm happy that Tonto has gotten to this place. You know,
I pray it spreads.
Beautiful. See her son. See where he, you know, that son encouraged that forgiveness. And because Tonto is such a speaker and so effusive, in her anger, she was just as, in her peace now, she is just as, you know, effusive about how she has left everything and she's willing to reconcile. And I'm so happy for where she is today. And I hope that we're all learning, that we're all on a journey going somewhere good. When somebody is in the middle of their fighting, that's not what we should emulate. We should understand that they are going through something. Pray for them so that we too will get to our own journey safely. Thank you.
We'll take a break, quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll hear Nima's perspective. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view.
In 3, 2, 1, we are live.
Welcome to E-Splash. I'm on the black carpet, and of course, it's Jubril of Lagos.
Well, that's it on Socialville.
When I say, I dare fool.
You already have Destiny Helper.
I know that.
I go shoot out for you.
You already know, guys. E-Splash can be the best of entertainment, the best of energy, best of everything you need to get your day going.
It's E-Splash every weekday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on TVC Entertainment.
Keeping hope alive.
We are the drumbeats that refuse to be silenced, even when the rhythm falters.
We are the green that refuses to fade.
And the white that dares to shine.
Hope is not a stranger here.
It lives in our markets,
Our music and our streets.
Every dawn in Nigeria is proof that tomorrow is still worth fighting for.
Hope is a child in the classroom, eyes wide, with dreams bigger than walls.
Hope is the farmer planting seeds in faith, believing in rain and harvest. Hope is the youth unafraid to rise, rewriting the story of our tomorrow.
Hope is us, millions of voices refusing to give up on the promise of this land.
Nigeria, our independence is not just history.
It is a call to keep believing,
To keep building, to keep hoping. Now hope,
they carry us.
even when wahala dey choke, we stand gidigba.
Hope they waka with us for downfall.
It a gist with us.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. So Nima, we've given you time. You didn't want to jump. Oh yeah, let's hear from
have
you.
much to
Yeah,
say.
walking.
I just want to celebrate the woman that Tonto has become at 40. Because the young Tonto is the person that Miriam described. Very, very, very unaccountable. But this mature, you know why I feel that is sincere? In giving this whole account, she was taking responsibility for a lot of the things that happened then that we did not know. Remember, we had done that topic back then on our table.
We discussed.
I was like, for the sake of your son, at least just, you know. And I'm seeing her doing this now, knowing that there's something called posterity. There's how you carry yourself, what you're remembered for. And this young man, remember, he was trying to give his account, the Churchill guy, till he even married and he moved on, and she was so toxic. She wasn't just toxic, she kept toxic friends, Bobrisky, all of those. She made a life that, you know, and after the whole noise, she finally heard herself. When you're able to drown out all your caregivers and you hear yourself, Toto, it's not only you, I'm enjoying that phase, you know, where you don't need everybody. You can say what you are accountable only to yourself. You reflect, you account to yourself every day. You're done with all the advice and all the noise, because people in your ears will tell you, after you now, you a baby, don't grieve for them, you know. And then you're finally listening to yourself. You're finally using your exact reasoning to see through only your lens, and you're still able to, you know, to take responsibility for what was, to reconcile with what is, to make better. This maturity that you have is worthy of
It's called the Holy Spirit.
This is not maturity.
It's Holy Spirit matter.
Let me, according to her
she gave her life to Christ.
She did not attribute it to maturity or age. She
Holy
attributed
Spirit.
it to God.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
So
Auntie,
so that
if I
you
start
put
to
it
say
in
that,
context.
I would have been preaching. I have used the term, just as UBC calls God universe, to describe what she has said.
So you
that's
can
what
call
I've
it
heard it.
Holy
You can call it
Spirit.
whatever
Some
you
call
like.
it right.
But there's an age you get to that you hear yourself. As I am now, if I don't greet you, I really don't care. It's not like she used to greet me first. Where I am now, I am in that phase. And I really appreciate that she's done with all the noise and she's trying to really be the one building herself. Yes, she found it through God. That's maturity.
That's it.
She can find it through God. She can find it through any other means, but she's the one doing it. Nobody else should take this credit. She's doing it. Yes,
God, though.
Through God.
God will take the credit.
So
I hear you, but let me take a
words
side.
in my mouth.
I get you.
She's doing it through God. Nobody else will take the credit. Not that God would not take the credit.
Awesome.
She's come back as fallible as she is, and she's come back to to come before God and do better, make amends of all her mistakes.
Hassan, welcome to the show. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
God was with her.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. Mariam, I'm highly impressed today.
I'm shocked. Hassan, to what?
Because with your comment about this issue of Tonto Dikeh and her husband, it's not about fight. Fight is normal in matrimonial relationship. But people should control what comes out of their mouth. They should be in control. And the backlash, as intelligently explained by you, the backlash of our reaction, then, what some people took upon themselves to be, in quote, no grief for us. And they are still doing the same thing in their matrimony and relationships. You see, these things bounce back to both parties, but more especially to women. The educated women. You see my emphasis on educated women. Because what you say, you cannot take it back. It's already said. And even when you come together, you can easily forgive. But how do you forget? That is where the real problem is. Forgiving is there, yes. We can easily forgive. We forgive all. But in our memory, do we really forget? And without forgiveness, without forgetting, the problem will still remain. So please, this message is not only for her. It's for all the people in relationships and in marriages to watch what comes out of their mouth. Even in anger, they should try and surmount their angers. Whatsoever you say, you cannot take it back, no matter what. And it has already been said. And people will take it with you. You see that guy, that Churchill, despite the fact that they came together, you see, you Christians, you have one thing. Whatsoever you come, you run back to church. And in your own way, you think it ends there.
God is calling us.
And some people go back to that church, they went back to church, a deception. Somebody will kill somebody, run back to church. Somebody will harm somebody, will run back to church. Please, we should draw a line on people that goes to church for negative reasons and think things are going forever. Good morning, everybody.
Thank you so much, Hassan. So the thing about with the last one, as a Christian, I do believe that we need to always have somewhere to run to. It doesn't stop the criminal offense and the prosecution of the criminal offenses. Criminal offenses will be criminalized, but the grace people get from church is grace. And that's why we thank God that God is not man, that will hold the grudge and refuse to accept people back.
Could Hassan be talking of, BC can help me with that scripture where it says God cannot be mocked, especially because some people,
whatever a man soweth.
If it is fake, we will not know. It's only God that will know.
Exactly.
And he knows.
Good. So I think Hassan is talking of those who feel, I'm a Christian, I can do anything and then fakely go back to God, you know. So that's what he means.
We will not know, but even the same God will know who is honestly.
So that's why it was in the Bible saying God cannot be mocked. For those of you who think you can do that
and get away with it, you will be caught.
I really need to, like, this topic.
We have to run.
No, this see this matter.
I wanted to say something.
I want to say something too.
I have been saying.
Yes, because Tonto's journey is a journey. I don't follow Tonto till now. And I did not, I think after she stopped acting, I didn't really even follow anymore. But when she went through that toxic...
I didn't know how she was acting.
I knew her acting, yeah. When she went through the divorce, and we discussed it. We discussed it on the show. And I remember just feeling that she was really broken, and that what she was displaying was a lot of, from a place of brokenness and bitterness. And when Mariam was saying it, it was just like, oh, thank you. Because at the end of the day, when we receive things online, we should understand as simple what they are putting out there is out of what you receive brokenness. You have accepted brokenness into your own life, and you are wondering why your life is now getting broken. I'm grateful to God that she's gone from broken into healed, and it's been a journey. Because I know people that always repost everything she posts somehow. So, and I follow them. NHN, I follow her. NHN has been reposting her since she gave her life to Christ. And so, and NHN has spoken about her and how she's so inspired by her journey. And she's gone on that journey. She's been developing herself. She's attended Bible school. She's gone through a process. So what you see today of her publicly saying that she has, she's thanking God and all of that is not, it wasn't magic. And for somebody that is also going through trauma, pain, it might not be magic. But if you make a decision that, oh, with the help of God, I'm going to let go and forgive, you even forget. I forget things. Like, it is deliberate. If you offend me and I've forgiven you, I pray, I forget it. It has gone. I'll be struggling to remember what you did. And I think we need to preach it as well. Some people struggle to forget. We can walk on that journey. Tonto's journey, you said you were saying that for some people it might not be complete healing, but because we've seen it, I pray it is perfected.
We're hoping
it is like this is the end. It never goes back. She never goes back to where she's coming from, and we'll continue to see. And when people give their life as public figures who have gone through a public life of opposites, it is far more reaching. So yeah, I am totally Team Tonto here, and I'm wishing her all the best. But you were going to say...
If I forget what I was going to say, I will not forgive you.
You are forgiving me.
Because you held my pen now, you're not letting me.
Learn forgiveness.
Okay. So first of all, we need to understand that people fight how they love, right? People fight how they love. People we need to go back to people's history sometimes before either jumping into conclusion or choosing them as mentors or to follow them
or even fall in love with them.
Or fall in love with them, thank you, based off of what we are seeing. Because any trauma that you have that is playing back will determine how you will position yourself and act when issues happen. If you are from a very bitter home where love is not shown, you cannot manufacture the love. When you're upset, when you are angry with your partner, with your friends, that is what will show up, and that's what people will see. Now, there's a saying that 94% of people in the world are followers. Pay attention to what I'm going to say.
True.
Followers. They are looking sheep. They are looking for who to lead them. 5% of people in the world are observers. Those ones you cannot deceive. They can poke holes into everything. They are thinking with their brain. They are seeing all this. 1% are the leaders, the ones that every other person wants to follow. Now, if you are, and unfortunately many people are in that band of 94% that are followers. If you are a follower, that's how you would be on social media. Somebody is insulting their husband, packing out of their home, saying this is how I'm doing my thing, showing all the toxicity, and that is what you will see to emulate and follow. The choice you chose yourself, you cannot put it on that person, because that person has a space to show her trauma. Everything we show is trauma. I've been watching, binging on this Housewives, the different franchises. I've finished Lagos, I've gone to Durban, I've done Abuja, I'm currently watching Nairobi. And when I'm watching, all I can see are the women's traumas and where they are coming from and how it's manifesting in their everyday relationship. So if I choose, okay, because this particular person now, I like her vibe, I like how she dresses, and I see how she talks down on other people, and I choose to start talking down on other people, it is on me. If tomorrow she gives her life to Christ, like we are seeing now,
we hope we follow that.
you may not even have the opportunity to follow that. You may have ruined so many things. There's nobody waiting for you. She had an opportunity. Somebody is there waiting, and she's able to go back with what the things she has done, with apologies and forgiveness and all of that. You may not have that chance. You may have lost that chance. So why are you following people and blaming them? We need to guard our hearts with all diligence, because out of it comes the issues of life. Go on social media, do your business, and get out. I don't go there looking for what is not looking for me. I am a creator. I am not just a consumer on social media. I post and I disappear. That is why I'm there. So ask yourself, all these things I'm collecting, why am I here? What is the benefit to my life? So that when you are choosing a mentor and choosing somebody to follow, you know that it's you that chose. You cannot come and call my name, but it's busy that say you should leave your husband's house. I still there my husband's house, so we need to pay attention. So
can I add?
Please add. Thank you.
So I was just going to say, it's not just social media, it's our lives. We're influenced by different people, right?
Everywhere.
And even Tonto, at the time when she was going through this, some of her friendships, they were very toxic people as well, right? And then we had an opportunity to interview her when she was in politics. So for me, because I didn't really know her while she was acting, I just knew when all these issues. And when she came on, it was via Zoom, of course, and we were speaking to her. We're talking to an intelligent person, young woman, well put together. I was like, how are you like this friends with these sort of people? You know, so in her own life too, with what she was going through, she was being influenced by a certain group of people. So it's not just on social media. Even in real life, we need to be careful the sort of people that we allow influence or we associate with, because it will show up in our own lives. Who she is, obviously she's had parents or people in her life that have invested in her, and it was not showing because she was associated with a certain type of people, because she was going through something at the time. And when you're going through that sort of, the people you associate with will determine how you express yourself, or how you accept what it is you are going through, how you respond to it. And those people that she was friends with, how you show up. There was the way that they dealt with their own issues too, that we saw, which was very similar to what she was doing. And we have seen that relationship went away. And obviously she's used the time to find herself again and develop and be a better mother for her child and just a better human generally. Tonto Dikeh is someone, like, on the day when we were done, remember, all of us kept saying, wow, she's so intelligent, so smart, she's so beautiful, like, you know. I'm so happy that she's finally at a place of peace.
I'm really, really happy for her. I want to ask you about the people that have refused to forget her past. The people that will choose to judge her based on her past. People that would look at her and say, I can never forget what she did. I can never forget how she behaved. I can never, and people like that, they feel like you are your past and you can't think you have moved on, but you have not, they don't want to move on. How do you think she can handle it, and how do people, there are other people in that situation?
She should not handle it.
Other people that find themselves in a situation where they refuse to.
She should have moved on. If they don't move on,
exactly.
They should stay where they are. The point is that we cannot even determine for people how they'll move on. For the kind of examples Miriam and BC explained of women who married, who ruined their own lives based on it, they might be more bitter that, she was able to move on and even was able to reconcile with her kids. So they will now be like, if for no, and all of those things. But it is their responsibility. They must take account for what decisions they made. As you did so, if person fit to influence you to scatter things when not really bad, and you cannot blame. Yesterday I was talking to one of my mentees who was crying. She had been able to escape a very damaging, dangerous marriage, and she felt in that bad place. I said, Auntie, I recounted. I said, you did not breach the vows of your marriage. You did not betray him. I had to remind her, and then she was like, yes. I said, good. So now the cosmetic that he is doing. He's dressing up his life, and do you find another victim to pepper you? It's none of your business, because you cannot be accountable for that. If he's a mature adult, he will be accountable to himself and admit
your life
where he is. So you are on the right track. You are moving on. We'll move on with you by force, by fire, to a good place. My point is that whether they let it go or not, Toto is now in a good place.
Simple.
And she must enjoy that good place. You see the kind of peace that the son will say, I'm going to daddy, and she will not be in resentment. That peace, it cannot be bought. You know, the daddy will say, okay, I'm bringing him back, but we wanted to come back 2 days delay because we want to go with my new family, you know, and she's not in that bitter, that piece, and somebody wants to come and
she said we sleep well.
God Almighty will help all of us.
Can we talk about the little
she
boy?
said sleep
So I'm
well.
so happy. You know, I said earlier, I said nobody can take this away from her. It's her decision.
Yeah.
Because you can be working with people who sell perfume and you will choose to go and sleep with people who pack shit. So called. And then you will smell like them. Whereas you could have been smelling so nice.
This my ladies, after hailing you people in between the show.
She has chosen. She chose to hear the right word. She chose to a new path. God bless her. God bless her family. This is her family piece. She should enjoy her life. Yes. And so I hope that she finds love again.
Amen.
Yes.
I don't like loneliness. I like companionship.
Yeah, I love that too.
So
I really, really hope so. And I think that she's in a place where it can happen. But I'm also really happy for that, for her son. Because I think that many times, and I used to judge people that exhibit a high level of bitterness because I find it easy to forgive. And I realize that my worldview is totally different. My background is totally different. When I hear people's background, I develop a lot more compassion for people that are in that space. So I'm happy this child now has the privilege of having, because you know the relationship.
I wanted to say,
yes,
let me just read. The father wrote something. I thought, oh, so beautiful. When he said, "I was pleasantly surprised." That's Churchill himself. When I received,
and please, no matter how upset you are.
No, it was both of them.
No. When men, when she hold the pikin, now that's why I'm appealing, because most times it's the women that hold the kids. I'm appealing. No matter how offended you are by your partner, it is not the child's business. Don't include them. Wait, do you know how many years? No, don't take exception. We are going. We are not taking exception. Except the child has been abused. The child is being abused.
Even when the child is not being abused, you do not want to put your child in the position of resentment. I know families where the matriarch, mothers, and the husbands will team up and poison the child against the mother, whose honest, sincere sacrifice is.
That's what we're saying. The same thing.
Hey, you not even let me land. I'm not going to let you land, because as you know the general.
What we're saying in essence, what we're saying in essence is, if you are fighting, those two elephants fighting, we don't need to bring the grass.
Both parties.
Protect your children. Please. You don't need to spoil one parent to the child. You don't need it. Preserve their psychology and their mental health for as long as you can. They will grow, they will find out the truth, and then they'll follow it.
Then he ends by saying, I'm grateful for the journey we've been on and the growth we've experienced. And I look forward to a future filled with collaboration, respect, and peace, trusting God to guide me. Taking accountability.
Yes.
I'm grateful to have my son back in my life. This was so I'm so happy for you too, Mr. Churchill. I am happy for your family.
I just want to add that, you know, it's also part of protecting your child is protecting your child from resentful people, whether they are family members. True. Because Tonto has healed, look at how beautiful this reunion is for the sake of the child. The father does not have to carry any resentment back to the child. She's not looking, and so they're now able to fully focus on the child. If it is at risk that your child will be taught resentment to hate one of the parents, it is part of protecting the child. No, these are circumstances.
I get you. It's important to
so it doesn't use wisdom. It seems like that she protected her son as well. I don't think
in the beginning she protected him, almost weaponizing him.
What she said was that she never said anything good or bad about his father.
You will see it on social media. How old is he?
No, I don't think he had seen it.
I like, you know, when you were reading, I noticed there was something. I like the fact that she said stubbornness has bowed, pride has melted. Because
it's Holy Spirit, yes, only Holy Spirit
pride
that can do that one.
Melted.
Pride has melted.
Pride melted, stubbornness bowed. Love has found its voice again for my child. For me, that child, the healing, the union. Co-parenting is a challenging journey.
It is. And you cannot do it if you hate each other.
If you hate each other.
You can't.
Because even when you like each other, it is challenging.
So mutual respect.
I'm just going to appeal to use this as a point of contact for every other co-parent that is bitter and in pain, that God will bring you healing and help you get to that point where you can truly put your child first and finally release the pain and bitterness of the past. Today has been really, really emotional. From the first topic that, you know, encouraged us to give to this second one that is encouraging us to forgive and heal. I pray that this is the kind of, this wind blows through Nigeria generally. That's all we can take on today's show. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, viewers, for the phone call and conversation. We'll see you all tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.